expected
Bingtao,
in
6.
amongst them. Just look what he's left as well.
One.
Well, this is a chance for Murphy to stamp his authority on this opening session, open up a 2-frame advantage and punish Yan Bingtao for that miss on the short-range red.
Yeah, I still fancied Yan to get that red into the middle because he wasn't hampered or anything like that. Could get the cue in there, and it was a real chance to get in. And he'd be sitting in his chair thinking, well, these should have been mine. And that's what it's all about.
And always more painful to lose a frame when you've had the opportunity and let it slip through your fingers. They're the ones that tend to linger in the mind for a few frames afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if your phone's knocked in a long raking red and made a ton off it, what can you do with that?
13.
There's been a few chances on both sides so far. Chance here, though, for the Englishmen to put early daylight between them.
The sidebar tells us that 69 is the magic number for Murphy. If he continues to take blacks, it'll put him at the snooker's required stage for Yan. And it's a great opportunity to do just that. 93 pot success, very good. 1 or 2 have been missed, as Mike mentioned.
Still high, though, isn't it? 93 and 90, four frames in.
Yeah, 90 is the benchmark, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the very best players are looking for something towards the mid-90s. 2 half-centuries for Murphy so far. And a chance to make something considerably bigger here.
36.
Just under an hour. So if you can complete victory in this one in the next, what, 4.5, 5 minutes? Average frame, 15 minutes. Not hanging about. Considering Fergal O'Brien had one over 2 hours in one of the qualifying matches. And that, again, not hanging about. Average shot time, 20 seconds.
Hard to believe, isn't it, that it was 12 years ago now that Murphy turned up here as a fresh-faced qualifier and went all the way to the title, beating Matthew Stevens in a classic 18-16. He's been back to the final twice since then. He is, of course, one of the select few to have won the 3 so-called majors, the Triple Crown of World, UK and Masters titles.
Well, that still needed potting because he wasn't quite over the line with it. I think he's got a kick off the previous black. He played on the red to the middle, but jumped over that hurdle.
I still think, though, that Murphy's got plenty of ambition.
60.
He'd love to be world #1. He's gone on record as saying that this season. He's got a lot of work to do, as everyone else has, to catch a certain Mark Selby, who's miles ahead at the top of the tree. But, of course, to win this title for a second time, well, then you're talking about a very elite club at the Crucible.
Yeah, that's 68. Mark Selby alluded to that, didn't he? 69. Yeah, the highest that Shaun's ever been is #3 in the world back in 2007 to 10 and 2016. Sitting at #5 at the moment. Great player. Now then, we've seen 1 century in this match already. We're talking about only seeing 1 century all day yesterday. We might be seeing the second one in this match.
And all of this, of course, the result of Yan
77.
Bingtao's error on the red to left centre. Murphy has punished him in clinical fashion. And that'll make the mid-session refreshments taste a little sour for the Chinese.
84. Thank you. 85.
And when Murphy's in full flow like this, there are a few finer in the game to watch.
92.
Use the full width of the pocket on that
94.
occasion. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Of course, Shaun Murphy donates
97.
£100 of his own money, doesn't he, every time he makes a century for his own children's charity. So they'll be breathing a sigh of relief that that ball disappears, and there is the century. Oh, what a terrific little session of snooker this has been. We've seen a few errors from both players, but we've seen some terrific breaks as well.
It's picked up, hasn't it?
106.
In fact, they probably want to stay out there. Don't want to go to an interval now.
109 clearance from Yan Bingtao to level at 1-all. Shaun
112.
Murphy saying here, anything you can do. Not quite a clearance, but 112 break nonetheless from the magician. The former world champion has the advantage as we go to our first interval here on table 1 at the Crucible. Murphy leading by 3 frames to 1, with 5 more frames to come in this session.
Well, again, unexpected.
Yan Bingtao, 6.
Amongst them, just look what he's left as well.
One.
Well, this is a chance for Murphy to stamp his authority on this opening session, open up a 2-frame advantage, and punish Yan Bingtao for that miss on the short-range red.
Yeah, I still fancied Yan to get that red into the middle because he wasn't hampered or anything like that. Could get the cue in there, and it was a real chance to get in. And he'd be sitting in this chair thinking, well, these should have been mine. And that's what it's all about.
And always more painful to lose a frame when you've had the opportunity and let it slip through your fingers. They're the ones that tend to linger in the mind for a few frames afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if your opponent's knocked in a long raking red and made a ton off it, what can you do with that?
13.
There's been a few chances on both sides so far. Chance here, though, for the Englishmen to put early daylight between them.